Hey, welcome back. Today I'm making this glaze. I've not made a tester. Let's give it a go. I've recently been making my own glazes following Old Forge Creations recipes. I've mixed up 2 big batches and various small test batches of the different Freedom glazes and first 5 glazes. They are a set of glazes that all have the same base ingredients, the same 5 ingredients, so that you don't need to buy too many different things and you can get a range of different colors just by adding a few extra ingredients in. Today's glaze is going to be floating pink. I have no glazes of a similar color at all, so it's a totally new option, and I think it's a really lovely color. I also think it will combine super nicely with so many other colors. It'll be a really good addition. I'm going to make quite a big batch. I'm not making a tester today, which I have always done in the past, because all of these glazes are based on the same base glaze with a few additions thrown in. I've made this base glaze enough times to be confident enough. And also last time that I made one of these glazes, I did make a mistake in the big batch, which I didn't make in the tester. So the tester didn't save me. And I was able to fix the mistake that I made. So I'm not too worried. Throwing caution to the wind. The amount that I'm making will be 5 kilograms combined dry ingredients, 4.5 kilograms combined of wet ingredients. So 9.5 kilogram batch. It's going to be quite big. I love a big tub so I can dip things into. It's just really convenient. I've got my ingredients on the table behind me. My equipment will be measuring scales, a small tub to put the dry ingredients into, a spoon, but a lot of my tubs have cups in them as well, just for scooping. I have a big bucket for combining the dry ingredients. It's clean on the inside, but it's dirty on the outside. And then I have my big tub where everything will be combined, and that's where the glaze will be. The glaze will live in here. I also have my recipe. I've double checked it this time. I will not make the same mistake as last time. I have learned my lesson. I'm going to start with the largest ingredients and work my way down, and I'll show you what I do, and I'll show you the result, obviously. Fingers crossed it all goes well. Cool, let's dig in. I forgot to mention the mask. I will be wearing a mask when handling the dry ingredients, and I have closed the windows and door so that things won't get blown up. I'll try to keep the dust to a minimum. I left this overnight because I made such a massive cloud of dust. I wanted to let the room fully air out with the windows open and clean up before coming back in again. What I gotta do now is blitz the mix with an immersion blender. I'm gonna get it really thoroughly mixed and let it sit for a little bit, and then we'll test. My blender is getting too warm. I'm going to leave this to cool down a little bit and to let any more chunks maybe float to the top, and we'll check in 5 minutes. We'll just give it 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, the blender is really not much colder, but a few bits have floated to the top, so I'm going to keep going a little longer. The glaze is ready to be used. I have a great number of pieces that I'm going to test on. So I've got a plate, which I'm really excited about trying. It will be awkward to glaze because I mixed up, loads of glaze, but it's still not enough to dip a full plate into. So I'm going to put it in and swish it around and swirl it back and forth. But my last glaze test, plates were just such a great canvas to really showcase what the glaze can do. I just really want to do that again. I've got an oil pourer with some really cool texture. I want to see, will it fill the gaps? Will it break over them? A test tile for future reference. A plant pot. I carved this with my homemade carving tool in a separate video. I think they're just a really great range of things to test with, and I'm really excited, so let's go. The most awkward by far will be the plate, the dish, so I'm going to do that first. Oh, this is worse than I thought. Oh no. No, this isn't working. It's a brag when the plate is just too big. Okay. I've definitely noticed that since I started mixing my own glazes, albeit other people's recipes, I have enjoyed glazing more. And it's always been my least favorite part of the process. It just seems so chaotic, but this just makes it more fun and interesting. Yeah, a nice bonus, really. I'm going to let this dry a little bit more before I flip it and pour over the outside of the rim. Slightly more difficult. And then the hand-carved plant pot. Oh no, oh no. I've done this too thick. Yeah, I went too thick with the plate. Madness overcame me. It's peeling away underneath where my wet fingers touched. But but we'll still test it. We'll see. It could be perfect. This is going to take a while to dry, so I need to prop it up, I think. I'm just going to scrape off the excess from the bottoms, rub over any lumps and things, and make sure the glaze is not too far down. And then we'll do a glaze fire. We'll see how they turn out. We have our glaze firing results. First of all, the color is incredible. It's so pink. I was worried if I put too much of the chrome oxide in, it might become red. Too little, it would become nothing. And I couldn't measure out the exact amount, so it was a guess. But the color is so vivid. It's really cool. First of all, the test tile. The pink on the test tile is just perfect. It's really, really lovely. We did have a couple of issues. First of all, the test tile is spot on. So there's no issue with the glaze. I put the glaze on far too thickly on the plate, and it cracked in the glaze firing. I imagine that's because it was on so thick, the pressure of it being cooked caused it to crack, which is a shame because it's so perfect. There are also some lumps. I'll give you a close-up. And on the oil bottle, there is some uneven coverage. So I highlighted that the test tile is perfect. That's important because I did not do a test. And it's worth noting that had I done the test, it wouldn't have prevented these issues because the test tile turned out great. These are issues with the application, not with the glaze itself. Uneven and too thick. That's why I think it's really important to test on big pieces. Until you test the glaze on something big, I don't think it's a full test. What I'm going to do is water down the glaze a little bit before I use it next. I'm going to put in 500, half a litre of water. I think that'll be perfect. And it's a bit of a shame. This did run onto the kiln shelf, as did the plate. That might be why. Yeah, I wonder when the glaze goes onto the shelf and then the piece contracts. I'm not sure what order things happen in, but it would make sense that it's being held on the outside, which increases the tension as it contracts. That might be why it cracks, because each of the three pieces was separately attached to the kiln shelf. Unfortunately, it was also a brand new kiln shelf. Yeah, so I'm going to need to chip and grind that off. I had applied bat wash on very recently. Might not have been thick enough, but also it was a lot of glaze, so the bat wash might not have been able to help anyway. Yeah, I'll show you a close-up because there are some really interesting parts on the plate. So this is unexpected, and I really hope it can show up on video. It's difficult to see on camera, but there are the tiniest points of bright gold in the glaze. That was completely unexpected. I did apply it too thick. Maybe that's only something that shows up when it is really thick, so it might not come back under normal use. It also did leave these ridges on the edge, but only on the plate. So I'm also going to give it another blitz with the immersion blender before I use it again. Yeah, it might look like a failure, but I actually think this is a massive success for the color. The color is absolutely spot on. It is undeniably pink, and it's beautiful. It's so bright. I really can't wait to pair this with some cobalt to hopefully get some purple. I'm going to try that with some underglazes and maybe mix into the glaze in a little test pot. I'll do that separately. And yeah, the color is just so incredible. It's a shame that I don't get to keep the plate. I was looking forward to a singular bright pink plate. Yeah, every time I mix up a glaze myself, I learn so much more about glazing, I think. And I really love doing this. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. And if you did like this video, please do subscribe. Thank you very much and have a great day.